Pelicans are sitting at the 10th position in the Western Conference. As you know, the top 8 go to the playoffs. Well, look what they are doing. They might not be in the 9th position, but they're only 3 games behind Memphis, so they are in striking distance. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible, and especially when you look at the fact that Memphis just lost Jaren Jackson Jr. for the next 2 weeks, and they have a very tough schedule. So when you look at where Memphis is right now, if Memphis doesn't right this ship, or if Ja doesn't play extremely strong basketball for the next couple of weeks to make up for Jaren Jackson Jr. being out, the Pelicans can make a run because they're playing great basketball. Zion hasn't playing well. He's playing at a high level. Brandon Ingram still, his play hasn't tailed off. I was worried about would his play tail off now that Zion's there, but the Pelicans have a real shot to make these playoffs.
Yeah, and Memphis has one of the tougher schedules in the league coming down the stretch. Damian Lillard missed the last 2 games. I expect this will be Portland's spot, but, you know, Brendan, we kind of had this debate earlier. I asked myself early in the season, what would it take for Zion Williamson to be Rookie of the Year? He sat out so many games. And when I looked at Zion Williamson, I said he had to lead his team to the playoffs. He had to get securely into the playoffs. And I think if he can do that, and we can accredit that to what he can do, I give him a shot at being a rookie, if not a co-rookie of the year.
We can.
Yeah, I throw it out there, B. I know you don't necessarily agree, but I really love the energy behind New Orleans right now. I think as a whole, Zion's just getting the city excited.
Yeah, I love Zion Williamson too. And saying that he can't be Rookie of the Year has nothing to do with his game. I think that if he played from the beginning of the year, he would hands down be the Rookie of the Year. We wouldn't be talking about Ja Morant being the Rookie of the Year over him. But when we talk about somebody that's missed this amount of games, I mean, he's going to miss almost close to half the season. And I remember last year, now I know Kawhi didn't get the MVP and he wasn't in the running. But at one point, it was a little bit murky, and everybody was saying, oh, well, Kawhi's missed 22 games. He can't be the MVP. So when you miss that many games, we can't change the argument just because we want to see Zion Williamson get it because he has such hype around him. And the league's going to push you. They want to push.
You really want it. You really, really want it.
Hey, I'm just saying, we can't just change the rules because we want to give this guy the award. I understand that, but if we had a coach miss half the season, he wouldn't be Coach of the Year. Or we had a guy miss half the season, he wouldn't be the Defensive Player of the Year. So we can't change these rules in this situation. Zion is great. He's going to get many, many awards in his career. I just don't think he can be the Rookie of the Year no matter what happens, simply due to games missed, not due to his game at all.
And the reason I would even throw it out and entertain it, even a co-Rookie of the Years, I don't know, haven't seen that in the league in a while. We know how hard it is down the stretch to even get the A spot, you know, let alone get into the playoffs. Everything gets a little more competitive. Now when you've seen a team the 3rd and 4th time opposed to the 1st and 2nd, everything's that much tighter. They know your scouting report. They know who you are. And that's when the stars really start to excel. You talk about the LeBrons, the Kawhis, and we're going to see the league's best.
Okay, well, to your point, Ryan, it's been since 1995 since we've had co-rookies of the year, and that's partially, if not mostly, due to the change in the voting format.
It's got to end up in a dead tie in the voting now.
It would be nearly impossible for that to happen. Hey there, welcome to the warm-up, brought to you by Ford. I'm Stephanie Reddy. We've got Ryan Hollins in the building, 10-year NBA vet, and Brendan Haywood, NBA champion.
Glad to be here.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, good.
I like how you coming in with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're thrilled you're here with us. We've got a doubleheader on TNT tonight, but we've got 7 games across the association, and we also have some news to report for you all. Good news for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry is set to return to action on Sunday. That game is against the Washington Wizards, so we're expecting big numbers out of Steph Curry. His wrist looking good. LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's been playing, MVP-like this season, leads the league in assists. His Lakers host the Pelicans tonight. First time he'll see Zion Williamson face-to-face. Speaking of Zion Williamson, the rookie has been extraordinary. Small sample size, but it looks really, really good. And in fact, earlier today, he stopped to talk to reporters.
Yeah. Honestly, can we ask those questions after the game? I think my main focus right now is just trying to help my team get a win. I'll tell you, with Brian and all those other great players, man, we growing up after.
The players, a lot of you guys have talked a ton lately about the unselfishness of the team. How much fun has it been to just see everybody kind of embrace that and, you know, be up there in like 35, 40 assists every game lately?
It's great. It definitely shows that we're moving the ball. Everybody's unselfish, and I think it makes us a better team.
You and the starters speaking, you guys are pitching on out tonight, huge rooms. BI. You guys played 10 games together. What have you just thought about the impressions playing alongside those guys?
My impressions are great. Drew can snap at any time. BI can snap at any time. Fave is just so consistent. You got to respect it. And then I think we started off a little shaky trying to figure out each other, but I think we're just picking it up, and especially on the defensive end, I think we're really improved there.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself this season? It could be either off the court or on the court.
I think definitely time management, learning how to take care of my body and, get the necessary rest.
Are there any guys that you reached out to for support or any advice?
No, I really haven't reached out, to be honest. It's just kind of those things where I talk to them after the game or something. They'll, give me their 2 cents, and I take in all the information I can get. And the Pelicans staff has really helped me a lot with that as well.
We're up against Haywood Davis tonight. Yeah, that's game here. It's a matchup pretty defensively. So one guy who kind of giving you problems so far is the first team. That you can kind of maybe change something up against a longer guy like that.
Against a great player like that, you got to bring different things to the table because they pick up on things fast. And he's a great player. I can't bring the same thing every time. Just got to have different attack modes, knowing how to attack them, when to attack them, and when not to. So I think it's just learning as the game goes on and just talking to my best.
Zion, since you first played your first game in the NBA, what's the experience been like on the court for you?
The experience has been great. I missed the first half of the season, but to finally get out there, just be with my teammates, it's been great.
Well, it has been great. Look at the Pelicans' last 6 games and where they rank in the NBA during that stretch. Record at the bottom, 5-1, tied for first. Everything else, first and second.
Man, you can definitely call that the Zion Williamson effect, because when he comes in the game, this guy is a movable chess piece. In the NBA game now, where everybody's playing small ball, he's a unique piece because he's small, but at the same time, he can play big. He's only about 6'6", 6'5", but he's stronger than most post players. I've seen him going into Hassan Whiteside's chest getting buckets when they played against Portland. And then at the same time, he has the agility to play out there on the perimeter and slide his feet. In today's game, he is what it is all about. Now, this play right here is a great play for Zion Williamson. Got to give shouts out to the Pelicans coaching staff. They used to run this play for Corey Maggette back in the day for the Clippers. He used to get downhill to the right. Zion obviously gets downhill with the left hand. Like how he is attacking the basket right there. This play puts this shows everything that he can do. The quick in between the legs, crossover, sees that nobody is there that can stop him on the strong side. On the weak side, only a wing defender. Zion knows to automatically attack the basket, showing the versatility in his game because he can play on the perimeter, but at the same time, he can post up. He can get it done in the post. Now you see Zion playing against a bigger defender, Valanciunas. No chance at staying in front of him. Zion gets quickly to his strong hand. Now, we show you his strong hand because we know he wants to get to his left. But yes, he can set up the left by getting to his right. Quick move to the right, nice spin, splits the trap to get back to that left hand. Zion is truly taking over this game for the Pelicans. I like everything he's doing. What is truly scary for the league is how strong, how efficient he's been playing. This guy didn't get to play the first part of the season. He's obviously not in the best shape, and his offense has ways to go, and he's still dominating. I think in the next couple of years, we could be looking at Zion Williamson's NBA.
I agree. And when you watch him play, there's a simplicity that he brings to the game. He catches and he goes. He moves the ball quick. And you're right, B. He's undersized. So as a 5, we played the position. We say, man, just wall up, make him score over you.
Not that guy.
But he jumps so high and so quick that he's in the air while guys are still sliding their feet. Now, the beauty in him being injured was he got to improve his three-point shooting. He got to sit back and watch the game of basketball. So he's in a perfect place. And when you talked about Alvin Gentry earlier, I think Alvin Gentry is just spoon-feeding him just enough to where he can grow. And you're going to see his game mature as he goes forward.
So I have a question for you, too. He had a lot of hype coming in. We all knew what he was capable of. We saw the tremendous athleticism in the highlights. Has there been anything that surprised you? For me, it's been that quick second jump.
Well, that didn't really surprise me. I saw that a lot at Duke. That's one of the things that truly amazed me because I didn't have it when I played. I had that first jump, but that second jump, it was never there. He has that second jump kind of similar to Remember Antoine Jameson that we both played with?
Yep.
He has that quick second jump like Antoine Jameson, but he has the brute strength and the power to go through the big men that we talked about, guys like Steven Adams, Hassan Whiteside. He can take it right to their chest. So Zion is unique because he simplifies the game like you talked about. He can play everywhere. He can play on the perimeter. He can get it done inside. And then in this league where everybody loves to switch to pick and roll, he says, okay, every time you put a small guy on me, a wing player or a point guard, I'm not stepping out to the three-point line like a lot of these modern-day bigs. I'm going to seal big in the lane, and I'm going to punish the smaller player. If you put a bigger player on him, he says, okay, this guy can't move his feet with me. I'm going to the perimeter. You made an excellent point. The game is simple for him. I'm bigger than you, and if I'm not bigger than you, I'm faster and I'm quicker than you. I'm just going to play to my strengths.
I think what surprised me is in the half court.